Hello, everyone. This is my video reflection for e-learning for educators. My name is Kaltura. So quickly in this short reflection, I'm going to speak about some of the highlights of the course, things that surprised me, what I learned, and how I plan on applying this in my teaching in the future. So first, some highlights of the course. For me, going onto the discussion boards and learning from my colleagues and my classmates was, I think, the biggest highlight of the course. Doing the activities, of course, is great. The different projects, the wakelets, and learning about the management systems were fantastic. But when it's on a discussion board, everyone's kind of working together, commenting on people's stuff like that. That's when I think I learned the most, just learning from the other brilliant people in the class. Another highlight for me was researching the learning management systems. I think this was week 2, might have been week 3, where we had to research the LMS, like the list of LMS, and I think there were 10 of them that we had to research, and the one that I've been actively using all semester was actually like first or second on the list, Blackboard. And by researching the management system, I was actually able to find a lot of stuff about Blackboard and the LMS that I use that I didn't know about. So I think that was also a major highlight in the course. And that takes us to the next question: is what surprised me the most? I think how much I don't know. I before this class, I considered myself, pretty tech savvy, but there's always so much more to learn, and I think that's really what surprised me the most from the course. How has your thinking about e-learning changed since I first started? So I now understand. So I'm a fairly new teacher. I started teaching online just after the pandemic hit. I'm sure, like most of us, and I now understand the value in diversifying the way we teach online. Before I took this course, I kind of treated it as, this is just for now. We'll be back in the classroom. It won't take long, but it's kind of here to stay, and I thought I always thought e-learning was far inferior to teaching in the classroom. But, after this course and seeing the different benefits of online learning, now I'm thinking, it could be on par if used correctly, or maybe even better in some cases. What did I learn about my learning process? I learned that I learned when I want to be, when I want to, and when I'm interested in something, like this course applied directly to my life and my career. So it was something that I was interested in. I wanted to learn more about. So whenever I learned about myself is that I learn best when I can actually apply it, and it actually is something that it's going to be useful for me. So I thought that that's what I learned about the learning process, which is why I feel like I learned a lot in this class. As I just mentioned, this class is directly applicable to me. Like, for example, using wakelets with my students. I teach university level students, having them create a wakelet, posting a link to the wakelet in the discussion board. Also, I mentioned the highlight of the course for me was the discussion boards. And ever since this class started, I've incorporated some discussion questions, having them use the chat feature in the LMS that we use in Blackboard. So, I've already started applying what I've learned. So it doesn't have to be a future tense question necessarily. And all the just learning how to be more, efficient online. Those are things that I've learned. And what will I take away in terms of teaching an online class? Like I said, it's important to diversify the way that you deliver your instruction online, even more so than in person, maybe just to keep students engaged. And it's important to be able to use, good assessments and and the biggest takeaway is probably, you get what you put into it. So if I'm going to be, I can't, like, I found myself complaining about teaching in the beginning, teaching online, and, students not being engaged in these kinds of things. But, that's on me, and I have to find better ways to keep them engaged. And that's really my takeaway from this course, is finding what's going to work, finding out what's going to work, looking at all these different options that I have, and applying it to class, and, gathering data on what's liked, what's disliked, and what can be used in the future. That's it for my video reflection. Thanks, guys.